Welcome to this month of April in our 3 and 30 program. And this month is a little interesting. We're going to be doing two aspects. We're going to be continuing with our Lenten journey in our reset, but then we transition to a rebuild, which happens beginning Easter Sunday. So let's look over this Pilgrim package. We're going to explain exactly what it's all about in detail, and let's get started. The best place for us to start in our Pilgrim package is with the calendar, because that really shows us where the reset ends and the rebuild begins. So starting with the first week in April, we have a Mass on the 1st of April being said by Cardinal Burke, and our intentions have already been placed in that Mass. Then we have First Friday and First Saturday Mass on the 4th and the 5th. I'll be offering my Mass up for your intentions, as well as an hour of adoration on Friday, and then I'll light a blessed candle on Saturday for all of our intentions. The following week, on the 12th, which is a Saturday, is where the reset ends. And what I mean by that is that the strictness of our food, movement, and reading, we're going to kind of put on the back burner. We're going to carry forward with our prayer, but we want to be fully present in Holy Week. So we want to have our intention on being with the Lord in Holy Week and just really reading those readings from the Masses and getting to daily Mass if we can. We, of course, have Palm Sunday on the 13th, and then our first Zoom meeting of the month is the 14th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And we're going to be taking up the quiz questions for the first two portions of the mini course. On Thursday, we have on Thursday, we have Holy Thursday. Then we have Good Friday. And underneath Good Friday, you can see that it says Divine Mercy Novena Day 1. So we begin the Divine Mercy Novena on that day, and we're going to carry it through. You can see it marked on your calendar. We're going to pray that together as a group, individually in our own houses, but we're going to pray that for the intentions of one another and for the souls in purgatory as well. And we have Easter Vigil, of course, on the Saturday. And then Easter Sunday is when we begin our rebuild. So just like we've had those little Sunday evening emails come out, almost like a little extra flyer of opportunities to learn and to grow, we're going to be building in the Easter season. So we'll have those same things, but we're going to be really focused on joy. We're going to be focused on celebrating this beautiful season of Easter. Then I've marked out as well Easter Monday through Saturday. Sometimes we can sort of celebrate Easter Sunday and forget how holy the days following are as well. So that is a very holy week. And we want to make sure that we are just aware of the Mass readings. Sometimes, unfortunately, their priests have gone away. In my area, have gone away or don't have daily Mass. So hopefully that's not the case in your area, but we always have the Mass readings and we can make a spiritual communion on those days. On the 27th, the Sunday, is Divine Mercy Sunday. I'm going to link in the show notes just a little blurb about Divine Mercy Sunday. If you don't know anything about it, I will link it to a video explaining that. And then on the 28th, we have our Zoom meeting, the second one of the month. We'll be taking up the rest of the quiz questions and talking a little bit about what's in store for May. In the notes on the calendar at the bottom there, we have Make Consecration. So we're going to be doing a consecration to the Blessed Sacrament. We also have an exercise within this package to find a saint with a devotion to the Blessed Sacrament. We're going to include them in this month, asking for their intercession for us to grow in love and devotion of the Blessed Sacrament. We're going to eat healthy, move, pray, and read until the reset ends. And then we have our planning, of course, for the Triduum. We want to make sure that we're at all of those parts of the Mass. And you're going to hear in the course that Father Kirby quotes Venerable Fulton Sheen that says, the Holy Triduum is basically the Mass slowed down. So it's one long, slow motion Mass. We want to be very, very, just enter into that and be very aware of that. So I think the course is really going to help you to prepare for that. The rebuild, of course, begins at Easter Sunday, so you can look for those emails following that of just little building blocks to build in our rebuild. And then we, of course, want to listen to the mini course over the course of the month and answer the questions that pertain to that. And here in this slide, on the left-hand side, we have the quiz questions for the mini course on the Blessed Sacrament. There are some questions that are directly related to the information that we are learning, but there are some questions as well that speak more to our own personal life and how we foster devotion to the Blessed Sacrament, and it's more for us to share in our Zoom group. The right-hand side has the act of consecration to the Blessed Sacrament, and I want to point out in the second paragraph in italics, there is an addition to that prayer. So this is a prayer from An Hour with Jesus prayer book, but I've added into that the saint that we're going to be choosing for their intercession. So you can read that over and decide when you want to make that act of consecration to the Blessed Sacrament. And here we have that exercise of picking a saint with the Eucharistic devotion. On the left-hand side, there are some images of saints that are known for their devotion to the Blessed Sacrament and promoting the Blessed Sacrament devotion. So you can certainly match those saints up to the right-hand side chart. All of the saints are listed in that chart, and you can try to match the image on the left-hand side with the right-hand side. It's all in your Pilgrim package. And you can also pick one of these saints listed, or you can research another saint. Maybe you have a favorite saint that has a Eucharistic devotion that you love and is your patron saint. So you're welcome to use that saint as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to ask this saint to intercede for us in the month of April to foster a deeper devotion to Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. And that brings us to the last two exercises in our Pilgrim package. On the left-hand side, we have the examination of conscience, which we're focusing on gluttony. And the reason that we're focusing on that is because as we focus on the body and blood of Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament, we want to take stock of our own shortcomings when it comes to nourishing our own body. We are bringing Jesus into our body every time we consume him in the Holy Eucharist. What are we doing with our body that might not be, so holy when it comes to overconsumption and underconsumption, which is a very interesting point. But Father Josh Johnson has a pocket guide to overcoming the 7 deadly sins, and he talks a lot about gluttony and gives us some questions of how we can think of where we might be sinning in the area of gluttony and maybe not know it. So that'll be included in your package there. And then, of course, we have our April reasons for hope. We're making quite a little pile of reasons for hope, and I hope that we can share that with people when they ask us our reason to hope in the Lord. Thanks for joining us for this sneak peek into our Pilgrim package for April. And if you have not joined us yet, please visit our website and register for our 3 in 30 group. It is a wonderful group of people moving through this Jubilee year and offering our prayers and sacrifices for one another. Until next time, God bless.